All right, so let me give you a quick introduction about who we are and who this bald fellow is. The name of a company is SimuRise Learning. It's one of the leading leadership and talent development organization, an organization that focuses on encouraging reflective conversations for developing organization culture and future readiness of leaders and managers to achieve the specific business outcomes purely by the power of games, business simulations, and experiential learning. Over a period of time, having worked with various multinational companies, we asked the corporate leaders, what are the problems, what are the challenges you're facing? And a lot of them came back saying that, okay, we've got challenges and problems we are facing with respect to collaboration in the organizations. Teams are working in silos. They are not sharing the best practices. They're not working together as one team. Or it could be year-on-year growth. It could be productivity. It could be playing to win rather than playing not to lose, right? So these are some of the problem statements which organizations and leaders have given to us. I'm sure some of them may be resonating with you as well, all right? Let me give you quick examples of certain problem statements which you've got from some of the leading multinational companies. So we've got a leading energy solution company come to us saying that, Solomon, can you help us increase our revenues by 1.2x and reduce our cost by 0.2x? Then we collaborated with a German company, and this company is brilliantly have achieved 1,000 crores. And in the next 5 years, they want to achieve that number to double, which is 2,000 crores. So saying, can you help us achieve that numbers? Third, of course, we worked with a FMCG company, and they said, can you assist us and our people to move from the 10% year-on-year growth to a whooping 25% year-on-year growth? And then, of course, we worked with a pharma company saying that exactly our competition in the same product, with the same product, in the same territory, in the same market is doing double the business. Can you increase the growth mindset of our people so that we also start increasing our revenues double month on month, right? So these are some of the problem statements which organizations have given to us. I'm sure you have your own problem statements which you can share with us as well. What we do is we use a beautiful framework which you've created called it BOA framework. And how do we address these problems and challenges? Is one, beautifully deploy a business simulation experience. Now this could be for 20, for 50, for 100, for 200, for 300 participants, which helps them to cultivate the behaviors and the mindsets required to achieve that specific desired business outcome. So that's step number one. Step number two is we beautifully deploy organization alignment workshops where we help them to identify what's working, what's not working for you, what are the roadblocks, what are the square wheels which you are facing, and converting those square wheels into round wheels, into accelerators, and then creating this entire ecosystem where they're able to implement those round wheels, those accelerators to achieve specific business objectives. The third part which we focus on is creating an action planning framework, what we call it as SMT framework. Very simple. Now we've got the lag indicators for the organization. Can we now create the lag indicators for every department? So creating a scoreboard to track the lag and lead indicators. That's number one. Number two is developing a meeting rhythm, right? When are we going to be looking at each of this data? When are we going to be reviewing? Is it going to be daily, weekly, fortnightly, monthly? So that's the second part. And the third part of the framework is a beautiful, brilliant WWW tracker. What needs to be done, right? By whom and by when. And then, of course, we track it by way of the meeting rhythms and then review it on a consistent basis. What we also do is we offer a 4 to 6 months of a coaching experience for some of the critical leaders, what we call them as round wheel champions. And then they track the entire internal progress across the organization. So this is a beautiful, powerful framework, has really helped organizations to move from where they are to where they want to be. We've been super fortunate to have worked with most of the leading organizations in the country, most of the number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4 in different industries. Some of their names, some of their logos are present over here. Now, there are 3 ways of our organizations work with us. One is during their leadership offsites. It could be a half a day, 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, depending upon organizations. It could be a business review meeting, a strategy meet, a team building, team bonding meet, where you could have possibly 20, 50, 100, 200, 300 participants at one go. Second is during an OD intervention for developing values, behavior, mindsets, competencies across junior, middle, and senior level. And third, of course, this entire framework, the entire simulation experience where organizations would want to certify their own internal corporate L&D heads and corporate L&D managers and the entire team. So we certify them on various games and simulations, and I'm going to present that in the next slide to you. Now, at SimuRise, we have a beautiful blend of various in-person business simulations and games. Some of them are right there in front of you. We've got a very powerful simulation called the Quest for King Solomon's Mines, right? And then, of course, the other ones is called Diamonds of Amazonia. One of our most popular simulation has been the Search for the Lost Dutchman's Gold Mine, a simulation which has now been conducted in roughly 40 countries with more than 500,000 people worldwide, corporate professionals worldwide have experienced this simulation. Then we have FreshBiz as well. Then we also have virtual simulations, which are predominantly focusing on game-based assessments and game-based learning, right? So these simulations can be conducted virtually, but you also have a chance and a choice to conduct that in person. So we have simulations and games on decision-making, analytical ability, problem-solving, flexible thinking, risk management, creative thinking, collaborative skills, and resilient skills. What we also do is we put them all together to form a beautiful learning journey for managers. This learning journey is a combination of learning game workouts. So we've got strategy games, which are 12 in numbers and increasing. It will grow to 15 in a couple of weeks. Then we have a game-based assessments, which we can deploy pre and we can deploy post. And there are 23 sub-assessments like strategic thinking, planning, analytical ability, efficiency, execution, and so on. We also get a beautiful report, a 10 to 12 page report, one from a group perspective and second from an individual perspective. So we use that group report for doing group coaching, and we can use the one-to-one coaching for individual reports. And then as part of the learning journey, once you complete the entire coaching sessions, we can then immerse them into different masterclass on problem solving, on decision making, on flexible thinking, on analytical ability, on collaborative leadership, on resilient skills, and so on and so forth. And that's how the entire construct of a learning journey happens. Kickoff session, customized talent assessment, and then we deploy games. Between the games, then they go through masterclasses every fortnight, every 3 weeks. And then at the end of it, we also make them go through another customized talent assessment to look at how the needle has moved from where they are to where they have reached so far. My name is Solomon Salvis. I've been into leadership and talent development for the last more than 2 decades. In the last 2 decades, we would have trained more than 200,000 corporate professionals in more than 20 different countries. All right. Apart from that, I love playing games in my personal life, and I make professionals play games, simulations to help them increase and achieve business outcomes. And so this is my quick record for the last decade or so, 23 half marathons, 5 full marathons, being among the top 5 winners for completing 300 Surya Namaskars at one go. And apart from that, I've also completed my Ironman 70.3 5 times in the last couple of years. All right. So my dear friends, If you are a chief learning officer or a HR head or a business head or a CEO of the company, and you want to develop your leaders and managers to achieve specific business outcomes, then SimuRise would be your place to go. We look forward to serving you and helping you to achieve your business outcomes. Thank you very much.